Dang. Well, we missed the end of the world, but we are in the field in Ajo, Arizona. We're here outside of Ajo, Arizona at the Barry M. Goldwater East Range, and this is operated by the U.S. Air Force. This is actually an active bombing range, but I don't think we're going to get bombed today. One of the really neat things about this particular property is that the Air Force opens up certain portions of it to the civilians so that they can use it for pleasure, but they also open it up to researchers so that they can better understand this hot desert environment here in the Sonoran Desert. Now, they want to do this because they want to be better stewards of the land. With us here today is Dr. Kerry Griffis-Kyle from Texas Tech University. She's an associate professor, and Kerry, I gotta ask you, what a wetlands ecologist is doing in a place like this?
Getting hot.
Yeah, I hear that. So how did you get here?
Over beer.
Really?
Oh, really? So I have a friend who had come out to Arizona. He was working for the Air Force as one of the natural resources managers. And we had been talking about a project that we wanted to do. Well, we met up at a Wildlife Society meeting. And one of the afternoons, we sat down at a local brewery over beer. We started out with ideas for a small project, looking at the wildlife waters. Well, as the afternoon progressed, that project got bigger. And what we came up with was looking at the natural waters and the ones that they've constructed to see how well they're doing at supporting biodiversity out here in the Sonoran Desert.
Okay. Well, let's go over and take a look at one of these, and you can tell me a little bit about what the standard or what basic tinajas look like and how they support life.
Okay, let's do that.
All right.
So, John, this is one of our tinajas.
Oh, okay. So is this pretty much the standard all over the desert? This is what they look like?
Yes, no.
Okay, okay.
There's a lot of variation, but this one is what you'd expect in some of these ephemeral streams. And so we have where water comes down, funnels off the landscape, and then we have our plunge pool. So this has been eroded out over time, and it collects water.
Now, I see that it's just us and the bees here, and we're pretty much the only critters crazy enough to hang out at this time of the day. Tell me a little bit about what this looks like at night.
There are a lot of organisms that use these in the night, and we've done some camera trapping to document that. So you'll find amphibians rehydrating, you'll find mule deer, you'll find even small things, but it'll continue up to things like mountain lions and so forth.
Oh, wow.
So it runs the gamut.
Really, amphibians live here?
Amphibians live here.
That's amazing. Well, tell me what we're going to do today and how I can help.
Okay, today what we're going to do is look at water quality.
Okay.
And so I'm going to introduce you to Demi. She is going to be doing the water quality assessment right now.
Okay. How are you? I'm John. Good to meet you.
Good to meet you too.
All right, so we're going to do some water quality assessment. How do we do that?
Well, first we need a sample.
Okay.
And this is my lovely utensil for getting that so that we don't have to get too close to the bees.
Okay.
So let's go get that.
All right. Oh man, there's a lot of bees. Good job. You didn't even get stung. Yet, okay. All right. I'll let you lead the way back to our mobile lab here in the desert. All right, so how do you test for water quality?
We're going to use a couple of these little devices here. One's going to give us the pH, and the other is going to tell us about the amount of ammonia in the water.
Okay.
So here we have our sample, and we're going to do some work with that, but first I'm going to have you put on some rubber gloves.
Okay.
We are working with some chemicals.
Okay.
I'm going to have you help me with the pH first, so why don't you uncap that.
Okay.
We'll use our pH meter here. Just dump a little in here, make sure it gets in both.
In both, okay.
There you go.
All right.
So then we kept that.
Okay.
Take the pH.
Do you want me to write it down or?
7.08, that's pretty normal. Yeah, and then we log it on our data sheet.
Okay.
So you can find your pencil right in
Oh,
there.
all right. All right.
Awesome. Now we want to look at the ammonia levels.
Okay.
So this is the fun chemistry experiment.
Awesome.
Let's start with the ammonia.
Okay.
It's going to require 2 samples. One's going to be our base or our blank,
Okay.
which means there's just deionized water in it.
Okay.
And then we're going to compare that to our actual sample,
Okay.
which is of course here.
Okay.
So I'm going to have you hold the blank.
Okay.
And this will give us exactly 10 milliliters of water in that.
Okay.
You want to uncap that for me?
Sure. Close her up.
Sure. And the next one is our actual sample.
Okay. Get all the duckweed off of there.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Now to see if there is ammonia, we have to get a reaction going.
Okay.
So that's when we use our chemicals here. So you're going to put these in the blank and I'll put them in the sample.
Okay.
We're going to start with this one,
Okay.
ammonia solicitate. So you take one of these,
Oh, okay. I got
I
you.
take one of these, and we're going to add it into the sample.
Okay.
The best way to do that is to just
Tear it.
off there.
Tear it like sugar.
Yeah, and then you can kind of get a little funnel going and very slowly and carefully
Okay.
dump it on into your sample.
All right. Oops.
It's an art.
Yeah, it is an art.
That looks good.
Especially with crazy gloves on. Okay.
All right, and then the next one goes in,
Oh, the next one. Okay.
which is this one right here.
Okay. Mine's starting to turn yellow.
That's the fun part.
Okay. Oh, a little bit more in there. Okay. Now we close it up.
Yep.
Okay.
Go ahead and, once it's capped tightly, give it a couple inverted shakes here to mix it all up.
All right.
So before we even get an official reading, you can see on the sample a little bit of color change in mine.
Oh yeah. Yours is-
Green shows ammonia.
Okay.
So we can bet that there's probably a decent amount of ammonia in this water as compared to just regular deionized water.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. Go
So
ahead and put that
drop it
there.
in. All right.
And it zeroed out to 0, which
Perfect.
is perfect.
Okay.
So now let's put mine in there. And remember
wow.
that green means there's probably some ammonia in there.
Yeah, that's like the leprechaun green. It's probably the greenest thing that's ever been here for a good long while.
Okay, so that's at 12 milligrams per liter. So that is a significant amount of ammonia,
Oh wow.
which isn't that surprising because, like you said, the toilet hasn't been flushed yet, right?
Right.
This is pre-monsoon or pre-rain, and once the monsoons and the rains come through, we'll come and we'll run these tests again.
Okay.
So ammonia can happen in the water from just about any organic matter decomposing. You've seen there's a lot of bees over there.
Right.
Maybe some other stuff going on in there. So that'll cause a lot of ammonia in the water. It is toxic to amphibians, and we don't really know what it does to mammals, so we want to take these readings and kind of see what the levels are. We want to know what's going on in the tinajas, or the natural catchments, and of course we want to compare that to the man-made catchments.
Okay. Well, you know what? That sounds like a great segue to go look at some man-made catchments. So you want to pack all this up and go take a look?
Yeah.
All right. Let's do it.
We had to go a little distance to look at one of these artificial water catchments.
Well, you must have had to really want to live out here for something.
They're built to supply wildlife with more water, but as Kerry tells us, they've discovered a problem with water quality.
They aren't functioning in quite the same way as a natural tinaja.
And why is that?
It's basically because natural tinajas are in these ephemeral streams. And so when you get a big rain, it comes and it flushes all the debris out. These are designed to catch and hold as much water and reduce evaporation, so you don't ever get them flushing out. You get lots of organic matter in there. And that then decomposes and you get ammonia. And what we found is the ammonia is not going away, it's not getting cycled, it's not volatilizing, so you get a buildup in here.
I see. So what will I be doing to help you with this project?
Well, what you're going to be doing is working with Joe Drake over
Okay.
here,
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
Good to meet you.
Nice meeting you.
and you'll be looking at DNA. So I'll let Joe introduce you to that.
Okay.
All right.
I'm looking at DNA, huh?
Yep. So we're looking at the microbial communities in here, trying to figure out what's actually in there to help see what is actually cycling the nutrients, if there's any chytrid fungus that might be impacting the amphibians that are using these. Basically just trying to figure out what's in there. And what we're gonna do is take this guy, and you're gonna take it, and you're gonna open it up, you're gonna dip down, and you're gonna swab the bottom. Now, you wanna make sure to get a whole bunch of the gunk on there. That way, when we dip it in this stuff, it's called RNA stop. It stops the DNA from degrading so we can do the DNA analysis later.
Okay. There's bees.
There's a couple.
No, the whole thing is covered in bees. Like, and didn't you say in the car that these weren't just little bees? These are...
Now, these are Africanized bees, also maligned in the news as killer bees. But as long as you don't kill one, you should be fine.
Okay. All right. So, all right, here we go. Hi, bees. Let's just play nice together. All right, so I pop that open. And I go...
Go in, just scrape the bottom, get as much gunk on there as you can. Okay.
Like that?
Perfect. Now dip it in there.
Okay.
Good. Close that up.
And I put this back in here.
Correct. And then you're just gonna drop it in here. And we are done. Let's go get your arm cleaned up.
All right, good deal.
Well, that's all we have for part 1 of our visit to Arizona. But we'll be back out here next week as we take a look at the wild and crazy nightlife in the Sonoran Desert. Be sure to check it out in the field.